Hey everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to play nature. All right, here we go. Okay, let's learn how to play nature. This tutorial exists thanks to Contig. Welcome to the world. In nature, only the strong will survive. Play your cards right and your animals will come out on top. The game will play out over 4 rounds. Each player takes a planning turn, and then they take turns feeding their animals. At the end of 4 rounds, the player with the most food eaten wins. Because of how the game is programmed, the actions will mostly be described. I know, I'm disappointed too, but you'll get the rules down quickly. Each player starts with 1 animal and a hand of 5 cards. Cards can be spent to boost an animal in one of 3 ways. You can play the trait on the animal, discard the trait to give it +1 population, discard the trait to give it +1 body size. Let's play a trait on our animal to boost it. Note there are 3 slots for traits. Let's see, 3 slots. Okay. When I click the social trait, new options appear at the top of the screen. I'll choose play a trait and then select the slot on the left next to our herbivore. Okay, let's see where that is. We'll figure it out. Okay. We can also increase our animal's population. Later we'll see how this helps us collect more food. I'll select the horn trait, then modify population, then click our species to confirm. All right. We can do the same action multiple times during a round. I'll discard another card to increase population again. Okay. Since I'm done with the turn, I'll hit confirm. If I need to undo, I could restart. So there's a confirm, right? Note that our opponent also started with an animal. Both of us plan our cards at the same time and then both reveal. After the reveal, feeding starts. Okay. Oh, here, the trait slots, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Our animal is an herbivore, not a hunter, so it can only forage. Let me just mouse over. I guess I can't see anything. Okay. To feed the animal, I'll select forage, then click the animal. Normally, you can only take 1 food at a time, but because our animal's social trait, we're able to fill up our 3 food slots population all at once. Remember earlier when I increased population twice? That's why this animal has 3 slots population to fill instead of 1. Let's see. I guess this is the population 3. Okay. After we take a feeding turn, our opponent gets to take a feeding turn. This goes back and forth until both players have to pass. Let's see what our opponent does. So they're hunters. Ouch. Their animal is a hunter, so it attacked our animal. If a hunter's attack is at least the target animal's defense, it can attack that target. Here the hunter has 1 attack, and the target, our animal, has 1 defense, so it was able to be attacked. Okay, I'm not sure where that is. One of our population was killed and flipped over to the dead side. We'll have fewer population to feed next round. Note that some trait cards trigger off feed actions. Because there was still food in the watering hole after the attack, the opportunistic trait triggered, so the opponent took 2 extra food from the supply. I wish we could mouse over and see the card easier. Oh no, our animal is attacked again, but fortunately that's it for now. After all animals are full, the round ends. Players score 1 point per food token, but food on dead tokens don't count. Okay. Since we went first last round, our opponent goes first this round. We each got another animal. Now we can use our cards to improve either animal. We lost 2 population last round, so our new species get 2 extra population this round. The circle of life. We can add defensive traits to stop the opponent's hunter. Adapting to threats is how species survive. We can also boost our population to replace the tokens we lost. All right, so we're growing our population. At the start of each round, food gets added to the watering hole. Will it be enough? So here's all the food in the watering hole. So we're feeding. Okay. The watering hole is empty, so we can't take food. You see, it's empty up there. But we can add food as a free action by discarding a trait card. The number in the lower right is how much food gets added. In the lower right, I guess this one. In this case, Tusked has a food value of 4. I'll click Adding Plants and click Tusked to discard it and add 4 plants. So I'll click here and then here to add more plants. Okay, good. Perfect. Replenishes the water hole. Okay. It's round 3. You've seen most of the rules here, but there are a few small things left. Let's fast forward a bit. Okay. Food is getting scarce. Just 7 food is probably not enough. But due to our animal's social trait, we can feed extra population in one turn. I'll feed it and then see what our opponent does. Okay. The opponent ate the rest of the food. Well, we can't pass with any unfed population. So with no cards in hand, it'll all have to starve or kill off one population because they took all the food, okay? But we'll see later how we can bounce back. Players can't starve or pass if they can feed or hunt, but most animals here are safe from hunting. The animals either have 4 defense due to their body size or a protective trait. Do you see the animal that can be hunted? Okay, this one. It was the opponent's animal. The hunter still got 1 food. The hunted animal had 1 body size, okay, but loses a population due to horned. Things are rough for a while, but there is a way to come back. Let's fast forward one last time to see how. Let's see what's happening. It's killing some. Oh, that one died. Okay. When the last animal in a population is killed or starves, it goes extinct and is lost. If the animal had trait cards, they go back to hand immediately. So we can use plated to refill food on our next turn and save the other animal. Okay. As before, I'll click adding plants and then click plated to discard it and add plants. This lets us feed our other animal. So let's added some new plants. The game ends after 4 rounds. Players get 2 bonus food for each surviving species, and the player with the most food eaten wins. With that, the tutorial has ended. It's time to go out and play with nature. I'm going to 5 stars. Some parts are confusing, but anyways, thanks for watching.